Hey Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings. Today is Sunday. In fact, it is June the 1st. Welcome to June. If you haven't yet checked out my readings for June and indeed my all zodiac sign readings for all zodiac signs that are on my other channel, please do. I will put all the relevant links below. Beautiful souls, welcome back. If you're returning, welcome if you're new. What a year 2025 is it promised to be a year that would be different and tumultuous like no other, and I think it's living up to its astrological name in that way. Beautiful souls, today I am asking for an immediate message for you, and I will also check out cards for the coming week. So we have 3 amazing cards by an independent creator. I love using independent creator cards. So cards from the beautiful, wonderful Naomi. We have for pile 1, we have the Death card. This is pile 1. For pile 2, we have Wild Mage. This is for pile 2. For pile 3, we have Sacred Journey. This is pile 3. So, beautiful souls. I'm also now going to draw some runes and some charms. I always do on a Sunday for these readings. So for anyone that wants a little bit more information, let's do that now. Right, 3 have come through, 1 for each. So we have Degas, the rune of breakthrough for pile 1. Hagalas, this is the rune of disruption, sometimes known as the Great Awakener as well, for pile 2. And for pile 3, we have Gibo, the rune of partnership or a gift. Okay, I'm going to put these little counters here as well, because this is what we are going to use. Okay, we have for pile 1, we have a moon. This is your charm. Beautiful energy. For pile 2, we have a dragonfly. How amazing. Okay, wow. I'm really getting a sparkly energy from these readings. I'm kind of in a bit of a wow place already, and we haven't even started. Okay, right, there's a charm here, and it's like tangled. How interesting. It's tangled in the like just inside here. It was tangled inside the fabric of this bag, but it was definitely the one to come, and it's an arrow. That is for pile 3. How amazing. Okay, so these are your cards, your runes, your charms, my beautiful, beautiful souls. Thank you so much for being here. I always list the cards in the description below, so I'll do that with all of them for you. The runes and the charms as well, in case they're, you want to check them out. And I'm going to leave the video running for a little bit longer. See which of the piles are speaking to you, whether it's a rune, a charm, a card. Sometimes more than one will speak. Could be a symbol within the cards. But my beautiful souls, take your time, trust your gut feeling. I'll leave the video running a little bit longer. You can always press the pause button if you wish to take a bit longer again. If there's anything particularly on your mind that you're seeking help and guidance with, tune in with that, focus on it, and see which of the cards, runes, charms are speaking with you. And I will see you in the readings in just a moment. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. I'm going to draw your oracle cards and see what your immediate message is, and we'll look at the week ahead. You have the breakthrough rune, Dagaz, and this very, very beautiful moon. It's a very embellished moon. I almost want to say, and I don't know how this will be in your reading, we'll see where we go with this. I almost feel as if this is like a grown-up moon. Now, I'm not sure where that's come from, what's channeling through, but that's kind of what I'm hearing. This is a grown-up moon. It's like it's fully fledged. Let me just make sure that camera is focusing for you. I hope that is. Let's draw more cards. Let's draw your oracle cards. I'm seeing the planet and a house, and this one as well. Okay. We have Uranus. Oh, wow. This is breakthrough territory, Dagaz territory. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment and awakening. We have the 9th house, broadening your horizons, either spiritually, academically, or on a long journey. And we have the energy around you, Capricorn, is serious, materialistic, hard-working. It bestows shrewdness and cautious ambition. And look at this goat climbing a mountain. Right, we have Dagaz breakthrough. Let me just bring this down. I put your rune and your charm, your lovely, very, very beautiful, fully fledged moon. I really see this horse as well. In the detail of the very beautiful Naomi's artwork, can you see that this is a face breathing out, almost blowing out this beautiful white horse? And the artwork is sort of created with lots of dots. And I see all these dots in the moon as well. I love this card because something is rebirthing, arriving, and something with loyalty with this dog here. Something is, yes, this sort of the grown-upness. I'm giggling at my own language, but there's the fully fledged. I feel it's almost a bit like something in your world, some aspect of you or your world is about to be fully fledged. It is literally a bit like a little, like the point when, I guess in a nest, when the little fledglings, I guess when the mum kind of pushes them out of the nest and they fly because they can, or the mum takes off and the little fledglings, they need to fly. It's time to fly. It's time to fly. For some of you, it may be time to fly the nest, to broaden your horizons, to set forth, perhaps cautiously, carefully, in a way that is genuine, hard-working, making serious plans. But I think something, possibly as well with this lightning, I think something has woken you up. The energy of Uranus, Dagaz, the breakthrough moment. I think something has woken you up to some sort of space of possibility. And I think that's, if it's not around you already, it's about to be. I suspect for most of you, it's already there. It's like you've had this sort of breakthrough moment, this realization that there's more, the realization that you don't need to stay in the nest. There's a bigger world out there. I think this is the moment, and this is your message. It is time to broaden your horizons. It's absolutely time to fly the nest, whatever that is metaphorically for you. So it's moving out of the safety and protection of something that you've known. The energy around you is serious, materialistic, hard-working. So I'm seeing a practical energy here. Yes, it means there's a new mountain to climb, but wow. That sure is one mountain that's worth climbing. That's what I'm going to say. Okay, so those are your first cards. Let's draw another card for you. We have two, career history, job and working patterns, strength, courage and letting go. Archangel Michael. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah. I suspect for most of you, this will relate to your working world. So maybe it's time to depart something, or certainly time to look to broader horizons. Certainly time to start to explore possibilities. Start to consider what might be out there for you. Do you need to set forth on a learning journey? Something has happened. Something's woken you up into a space of possibility. And absolutely, it is time to really start in very real practical ways to explore the potentials that are available to you, the potential avenues, the different mountains you might climb, and literally to set forth. I think this is fabulous. How exciting. Have the strength and the courage to do so. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let's draw your tarot cards, see what else we're shown and see if there's an indication about the week ahead. Okay, Son of Swords, which is this is the Knight of Swords in a traditional pack. So this, I'm seeing this one. I'm seeing this one. I think we've got room for one more. It feels like there's more to come. Isn't that interesting? There's more to come. There's more to come in your life. That is for sure, pile 3. That is for sure. I feel like I'm going to take the card from the top. Okay. Right. It's really time to take action. Because look at this. Wow. 9 of Cups. We have the Moon. We have the 6 of Coins. And we have the 7 of Staffs. Okay. Right. My beautiful, beautiful pile 1s, irrespective of what anyone else thinks. Loyalty. Look at these 2 dark wolves. Loyalty, loyalty. I wonder if there is a pull for some of you in a sort of like, there's a loyalty of where you are, a loyalty to sort of staying in the nest, but actually it's time to broaden your horizons. And it's definitely time to take action and to start exploring your options. This is definitely a week when this is worthy of doing. I would also say with the 7 of Staffs, irrespective of what anyone else would think, I think that there can be movement behind the scenes. With the 7 of Staffs, I do feel this is... there's an opportunity for you not just to start to practically explore your options, but also to get really, really still and listen to what it feels like with the Moon. The Moon is so deeply emotional and also deeply intuitive. I think that there is a need to also, if you are feeling that you have a loyalty to your current situation, to the nest you're currently in, really listen to that intuition and see whether, I'm going to sort of say, see whether the connections there are really still resonating with you. There could be another agenda going on here. That will be a message for some, but not all. Because I think this is mostly about job and work patterns, you know, we're talking about you expanding your horizons. I feel that things can move behind the scenes if you can get centered and really focus and meditate into that space of what you are desiring. Okay, now, yesterday, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. In fact, I'm losing all track of time. Day before yesterday, I uploaded my all zodiac sign readings onto the other channel. Do check them out. I also uploaded some readings that are connected to Saturn, who rules Capricorn, and also Neptune, who is connected, so that watery connection. There is a very intuitive spiritual connection. They're coming together, and I uploaded some readings about them along with a presentation that my sister, who is an astrologer, gave. If you haven't checked out those readings, please do so. It's really, really well worth doing so, and checking out Jocelyn's presentation. What she was talking about is this epic upgrade for humanity, where we learn to manifest through our recognition that we can actually influence energy. We are all energy, everything is energy, and we can influence that energy through the power, particularly of meditative thought. And what I feel here in your reading is that there is also a sort of secondary message here that says, firstly, it's time to expand your horizons. Secondly, do some practical research, expansion, decide how you can actually move something forwards this week. You can actually initiate something that moves you towards, it's like working in the team you really want to work with. You know, this is what it's about. Getting the dream job, or the dream vocation, or the dream calling, or even with the water we see here, the dream location. You can initiate things this week. You can start to expand. And actually, part of that is not just the practical. Part of this is also about you embracing your capacity to shape-shift energy through your thoughts and through meditation. And that is your advice and guidance almost for the week ahead. It's like a double-pronged layer of connection. So you are manifesting both in thought, which is amazing, focused thought, focused prayer, focused intention, focused visualization, all through meditation, alongside taking practical, pragmatic, real steps to start exploring possibilities and choices that take you towards the thing that you are really wanting, the position, the location, the team, whatever it is for you, that you have been awakened to. Something's happened to give you that breakthrough moment, that pocket of, oh wow, I'd love to do this. And that is what I'm seeing for your reading. It's time to leave the nest. It's time to be fully fledged and start to fly. And my goodness me, Pile 1, I think you can soar. Beautiful souls, this is your reading. I love your energy. I am wishing you every blessing. Please keep me posted, especially if you follow these readings. I know some of you come back to the channel, especially on a Sunday for these particular readings, and do just keep us updated. I can't reply to all your comments and messages, but I do read them, and I really, I mean, I literally do see that progression. And with some of you, you know, I really do hear you've done this and then you've done that, and it's like every now and then there's an update, and I think, wow, you know, that's amazing. I can see how your journey's moving. So please do keep us posted. It is wonderful to hear your stories, and I know as a community it is inspirational for others here to hear how you're progressing. It's also inspirational when you share your stories, even if they're challenging, because we all go through those things, and it can really give people courage to own their own situations and strive to make changes as well. Thank you all for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. It makes such a difference to the channel. Don't forget to press the little bell icon as well if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. Thank you all who are subscribing over on my other channel and checking in on the All Zodiac Sign readings. Tons of love, Pile 1, and I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Now, beautiful souls, in a moment, I'm actually going to read to you about this card. My reason for reading this to you is because it so connects so beautifully, so perfectly to your rune of Hagalaz and to the charm of the dragonfly. But first of all, let's draw your oracle cards. We are asking for an immediate message for you. And we are going to be looking at the week ahead for you as well. I'm seeing this. I'm seeing this. I'm also seeing that one there for you. Okay, let's see what we are showing. You have 2 house cards. And, oh, you have Saturn, a planet card. How incredibly interesting, given the current planetary alignments right here, right now, at the time of this reading. Now, obviously, this is a timeless reading. These are always any immediate message. If you are in need of finding an immediate message, just go to the homepage, dip into one of the playlists, or just look at the videos. Find a reading with an immediate message that speaks to you. There are loads and loads and loads of them there for you. Sometimes we need to just randomly look to tune into the energy that is relevant and present to us at any given time. But at the time of doing this reading, Saturn is very prominent in the astrology for all of us. Lots of us are, well, everybody is being affected by change, transformation and restructure. We have the 8th house. This transformational area of your life is about shared resources and intense emotions, which is very interesting with your Wild Mage card. We have the 6th house, the work, health and duty area of your life. And we have success. How fabulous, personal or professional achievement. Okay. Interestingly enough, wrongly or rightly, for me, this has a greater flavour of the personal achievement than of a working part of your world. But I will go with the flow. I'm going to see what your tarot cards show as well. Let me read to you about the Wild Mage, and then we'll dive into these cards initially. There we go. It's opened on the right page. It's bang in the middle of the book. So, Muradin, Wild Mage. Muradin is both an instinctual creature and a wise man, combining magic and science to find the answers to the mysteries. He shows us that we need both the wild chaos of nature and the ordered patterns of logic to unlock the mysteries both inside and around us. Welcome, message, listen to all the voices to find your way. So listen to all the voices. Warning, be careful you do not slip into one mindset. The wisdom, Muradin teaches us that madness and wisdom are 2 sides of the same coin, just as is magic and science, imagination and logic. Both sides are needed to fully understand. Now you have the card of success, and I do think, I guess on some level, your personal success is going to be about gaining some clarity in some kind of situation that I think feels quite powerful emotionally. Could be a situation whereby you are drawn to kind of make a commitment to something. We have 2 rings here. I do feel this is more personal than professional. It could be to do with moving house or relocating. It could be about restructuring. It is about restructuring some part of your world. It could be about relationship, partnership even, but something or someone you feel very passionately drawn to or passionate about. It could be about your health. There could even be something around the duty area, the commitments that you hold. I think commitment is here because of the rings as well. I think irrespective of what this is about for you, there is an element here of restructuring your commitments. And I think something has shaken you up or shaken you out of complacency. Something's happened that feels like it could be even a little bit chaotic. But it's coming with purpose because you've got the dragonfly. Dragonfly is about seeing through the illusion. Dragonflies transform. dragonflies. It's said in the sort of tribal people's stories, dragonflies were originally dragons. You know, but they are transformational. They fly between the worlds. We see crows here with the wild mage. In fact, it actually looks like a two-headed crow, but it could be two crows. But either way, I think we're seeing the two heads or the two crows. I think there are two sides of a story here for you. Two sides of a story. Two ways of looking at this. Don't be too fixed in seeing it through one lens. I think something has come to shake you up a bit. Wake you up, Hagelas. It's got very much the energy of Uranus, the Great Awakener. Something's come along to shake you up, wake you up. And shared resources, intense emotions. I mean, there could be something about how you navigate something. Look at the way this man is looking through a telescope. You see, I suspect there's also something with this pathway ahead, and even in the 8th house it looks as though we're looking across to another land. I think something's shaken you up, awoken you, to think about your future differently. I think this is very much a forward looking reading, interestingly enough. Now with success, this is pretty groovy, isn't it? Personal or professional achievement. Now for some of you it could be work, but I think on a personal level this is very much about looking ahead and also recognizing that you need to listen to both sides of the story. You need to listen to sort of the chaos of how it leaves you feeling. I mean, maybe there's something really sparky that's like fired your imagination up, but also there's a practicality with Saturn as well. So there's something here about the capacity to restructure some part of your world for the future in a different way. And yeah, I think that's what we're seeing here. You need to listen. Your immediate message is just acknowledging this. It's to do with commitment. It's to do with where you place your commitment, or making a commitment to something that you want to achieve in the future. It's definitely forward-looking. And within that forward-looking aspect of this, look at the chaos, the chaotic, the upheaval, as well as the sort of the more logical elements of it. There's definitely more to look at. It is like looking at. Let me just get, what was the wording we used in this book? Listen to all the voices. He shows us that we need both the wild chaos of nature and the ordered patterns of logic. So this is about looking with this telescope. It's like, look at the stars. All of the stars showing up in these cards. Look at the stars. Look at the dream of this. Look at the wildness, the beauty of the unknown. But also there's an element of looking at the logical aspects of this. So it's almost as though if you were looking, you could look through rose-coloured glasses, but you'd need to look at the practicality and the logical aspect of this as well. It's both. You need both. You need to see through the illusion. You need to see all sides of this. And that's your first message. How is this impacting on your week? May we kindly ask for pile 2, how does this impact on my pile 2's week? 8 of Swords, so there's something you haven't seen yet, or you're not seeing. Gosh, no wonder you need to look at this from both sides. Okay, no wonder you need to see this, to look at this from all sides. There's something you're not yet seeing. Okay. We have the 8 of Swords, we have the 7 of Staffs, which is 7 of Wands. We have the 3 of Swords. And then we have the card of Judgment. We have the Sultan. Oh, loving this. This is the Emperor. And then we have the 10 of Cups. Oh, this is the this is your success. This is what you're wanting. This is what you're desiring. It does feel, as I said, it's more personal, feels more personal than work. This is lovely. Right, I think this week you can sort of address this, whatever it is, whatever's feeling disrupted or disruptive, or you're not quite sure how to move it forwards. It's definitely forward looking. It's about making a commitment to something, and it may just be making a commitment to a plan of action or something that you intend to do, a pathway forwards. But it does lead potentially, I think, to something that is significantly, it affects your future. Or, you know, I mean, everything affects your future. It's just we're not really conscious and aware of that, isn't it? I mean, if you go out and suddenly randomly decide to stop and, I don't know, buy a cup of coffee, you know, you pull over and then you open your door and you end up chatting to a stranger in the queue, and then that stranger, you know, turns out to be someone that knows someone or something, or you meet somebody else, or you know what I mean. But it's like, you know, you would never ever have thought, would you, in your logical world, again, the logic, you'd never ever have thought in our logical worlds that just making a snap decision to buy a cup of coffee could turn into this whole life-changing series of events. But it can. All these things happen all the time. So you need to sort of, but again, it's listen to the logic, but also listen to the chaos. Surrender to the chaos of spontaneity, I'm hearing as well. Yeah, surrender with the Seven of Staffs. Look how the wands are flying above her. I'm hearing the winds of change are coming through in your world. Are you anxious about disappointing someone with the Three of Swords? Loyalty, commitment. Are you concerned? Duty. Are you concerned that if you follow a dream, I think you're concerned that if you follow a dream, it would either hurt or disappoint someone. Gosh, the chaos of that passion and that desire versus the logic. This is suggesting, with the Ten of Cups, that this is really, really going to be okay. And with the Eight of Swords, I think you might be excessively worrying about this. Try to sort of let go of that, my beautiful pile twos. Try to let go of the fears of it not going well and try to hold on to a space of profound possibility. The card of Judgment. Maybe you are fearful of being judged. I think maybe you're fearful of being judged, but you know what? This to me looks like if you kind of, as long as you approach it sort of methodically rather than, I mean, don't let go of spontaneity, but at the same time, if you have to explain your reasons for doing something to someone, then approach it logically, approach it sort of, you know, with openness and authenticity, you know, and I just feel like things will be okay for you, actually. I think you're going to get to the thing you want. I think there's concern about it, but we have success. What I am going to do here is draw some more cards for you, pile two. What I see this week for you, yeah, I think there are concerns. It is to do with duty. Where do you commit? Do you commit to a future pathway that you can see that you would really like to move forwards? Or there's a fear of how somebody might see you, or they could even be envious of you, or will they feel that you're letting them down, or there's something around this. We have such a good outcome with the Ten of Cups. Could we ask for any more advice for pile two about how to approach this, please? Well, 10 of Coins, this is like the lottery win of the tarot. So for starters, I want to say be bold, hold what you want in mind and sort of go for it. I don't think there's any issues here. And yeah, make a choice. Again, Son of Swords, it's the this is the Knight of Swords. So be decisive. Be clear. That's what I hear about here. You know, be clear. Be clear about what you want and why you want it. Getting 2 others coming through. 10 of Staffs, 2 of Swords. How interesting. The conflict is genuinely in terms of your commitments and your responsibilities. Okay. I see that there's either a burden of responsibility or a commitment to someone else. This would be like if you're living at home and you're working and your finances are supporting your mum or your dad or something like that, and you really, really, really want to move out and get your own place. You really, really want that. But at the same time, you might even want to move out and move in with a partner, but you're really fearful of letting them down. It's all going to be fine. I think the conflict that you have is absolutely around commitment and responsibility. And somehow this is stopping you from being able to then make the commitment to the thing you actually want as opposed to the thing you feel tied to. This reading is suggesting, to get the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Coins, it is suggesting that if you're very clear about what you want, you might have to work through this with the 10 of Staffs. You may even have to, this is the 10 of Wands, you may even have to delegate. Okay? Ultimately, the higher vibration of this card, the 10 of Wands, is a card that requires liberation. It actually tells us that you need to break free from something. If you are carrying a lot of responsibility, that responsibility needs to be delegated. If you're carrying more than your fair share, it needs to be delegated. There is a need to break free from something so that you are free to pursue the things that are right for you. I mean, that's the high vibration. It's an invitation to liberate yourself. I will draw even more cards for you. I'm following this through, pile 2. I will draw even more cards to see where is this going. If my beautiful pile 2s, even though you're fearful of the outcome, you're at a crossroads. Absolutely at a crossroads. But rather than fearing this is an invitation for you to break free. And again, to restructure, to move forwards. But listen, listen to the chaos. Also take a logical approach. Again, if you're going to delegate something, you need to approach it logically to make sure that those responsibilities are covered, but not necessarily by you. Work through this. What's the outcome? Okay, we see 6 of Swords. Look at that. Look at this guided wings. The 6 of Swords says, even though there'll be some bumps in the road, with your goal in sight, you can move towards it. The 2 of Coins is about balance. There'll be a balanced solution. The 9 of Swords is that dark night of the soul where you worry excessively about it. I sort of want to say, don't worry. The 9 of Swords very often tells us that we are excessively overthinking it. Again, don't be fixed in one avenue of thought. Don't just follow the chaos or the impulsiveness of something you desire, which looks amazing, by the way. On the other hand, don't be so tied up in the fears of whether or not it will work or not that you don't move forwards. This is suggesting you make a clear choice to sever some responsibilities. I will draw. I said I'd keep following through. I'm just going to now draw some cards on the 9 of Swords. Could we find out about the 9 of Swords, please? That's too many. Maybe we find out about the 9 of Swords. Here we go. Ta-da! Wonderful. 6 of Staffs, success. Awesome. We don't need any more than that. We've got to the end of your reading, pile 2. Success, visible success, victory. Ta-da! Look at that. Amazing. Right, you genuinely don't have to worry. Right, this is about starting to logically work out how to Disengage from some of your current responsibilities so you are free to make a commitment to something that you genuinely desire that is leading to a very different future for you. And it's a future that is amazing. You've got 10 of Cups and 10 of Coins. Wow, 10 of Pentacles. This is phenomenal. No wonder you are fired up in this way. Don't be too fixed in anything. Just logically approach this, begin to plan, look ahead, make that commitment. Well, it's all been said. Pile 2, wow, amazing. If you haven't yet checked out my all zodiac sign readings for the month, they are available on my other channel. Obviously, this is a timeless reading, but you know, whenever you come to this reading, there'll be all zodiac sign readings on my other channel, so do go check them out. Beautiful souls, thank you for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing, because it really does help the channel. Don't forget to press the little bell icon so that you never miss a reading. I will list all sorts of things in the description box below, all the cards, a link to my tarot course, which at the time of doing this reading is available at a monumentally amazing reduced rate for a variety of reasons. It was one of the readings I did about 4 or 5 days ago at the time of this reading that sparked that opening, that reduction to make the course available. It just came through in the reading. It was very, anyway, I'm not going to waffle away. Pile 2, I will not keep you any longer. Tons of love to you all. Thank you for commenting, liking, as I said, for subscribing. Thank you all of you who do comment and give back through the super thanks. And thank you for everything that you do that supports the channel. Tons of love, Pile 2. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Gibo. Gibo is a gift. It's also the rune of partnership, of relationship. And you have this very, very intriguing arrow. And the reason I say intriguing is because of the way it came out. It was tangled in the lining, of the bag. Sacred journey. I think that there is a change unfolding for you. There's a change unfolding for everyone at the moment. In all honesty, the world is unfolding. That's the deal. That's the astrology at this time. Whenever you come to this reading, it's timeless. In 2 months, 2 years, 5 years, whenever you come to this reading, something is unfolding for you. But it's not exactly, I think you're not quite clear yet. There's something within the direction, or maybe you're not even free yet. There's still something tangled that is in the way of your direct route. And yet this is a very direct arrow. For some of you, it could be Cupid's arrow because we have partnership, Gibo. But there's something that isn't quite clear to you as to how to move something ahead yet. Not going to say anything else. Let's draw more cards and find out, or draw your cards. We haven't drawn any yet. I'm seeing this one. I'm seeing that one. I'm also seeing this one. Okay. It's that one and that one. Okay. We have Mars. Look at this person, this figure with this spear in his hand, like this arrow. Like you really want to move something forwards. Physical energy, drive, strength, lightning spirit. What people see and the impression you give, first house. Gemini. This is communication. It's got a mischievous energy sometimes. Witty, informative, stimulating exchange is possible. Okay. How interesting. What else do we have here? Let's have a look first. Expressive talents, creativity, the arts. That's rather lovely. Loss of power or control, servitude. Okay. Right. How interesting. We have 25 and 26, so there's a follow-on as well. You want to take action. in something. You have an idea, a spark. There's something that you want to do. It's very personal to you. But I don't think you know quite how to move it forwards yet. Quite how to take the first step. Loss of power or control. And she looks like there's a sort of servitude almost. I mean, this sort of bowing down before someone. Are you in awe of someone? Do you worry about what they think of you? Gibo, if this is like a Cupid's arrow, I mean, this is not going to be a relationship reading for everybody, but if it is for you, if this is Cupid's arrow, I'm just going to move these along because I think we're going to want to draw a lot of tarot cards in just a moment and I want to make space. If this is Cupid's arrow, I don't think you know how to say to the person that you really, really, really like, I don't think you know how to have a voice. I don't think you know how to express yourself. I don't think you know quite how to find the words. If you're looking for a business partner and there's somebody that you really admire, I don't think you quite know how to move that forwards. It would be like if let's say you've written a book or you've painted an amazing painting. You don't know how to approach that gallery owner or that publisher. You don't know how to do it. You're also quite worried about how people see you. You know what you want, but you don't know how to initiate it, and that's why that's tangled. That arrow is tangled. Let's read about Sacred Journey. This is, I think, the first card in this pack. I'm pretty certain. Yeah. Healing Spirit, Sacred Journey. Find the quiet space inside you. Hear your own truths. Recognize that everything is connected and you will not only heal yourself but all the world around you. The welcome message, a time for internal healing. Look inwards to prepare for a new journey to begin. So maybe preparation is needed. Look inwards, look at yourself. The warning message, feeling unprepared and lacking the tools necessary to begin a journey. The wisdom, awaken to a new day, beginning of a sacred journey of healing. Okay, I'm going to draw your tarot cards. I think your very first message, I'll draw more cards to just see where this takes us, and we will look at the week, how the week's going to unfold. But I think your very first message is to get still. Try not to be reactive with Gemini in sort of in a positive way or in a negative way. You know, that sort of mischievous energy. I mean, I think with Gemini energy, when we look at it from a high vibration, we can see things from both sides of the story. If you think of, let's say you are very, very confident in what you want to move forwards, you could be overly confident. The opposite side of that is really lacking in confidence, not knowing how to move forwards. It could be blurting something out, acting too quickly with the energy of Mars, as opposed to taking your time, or indeed the opposite, not saying anything but feeling really frustrated. Loss of power or control. I actually think the loss of power or control, in all honesty, the servitude, is sort of kind of to yourself. It's it's like being a slave to your emotions or to your head, to just not know. Basically, you're tangled. You don't quite know how to move this forwards, how to have a voice. What's the next step? What do you do? How do you do it? And as I said, if this is Cupid's arrow for some of you, it's like, well, almost like you really admire somebody, but how on earth do you talk to them? How do you express yourself? This is, your first message I feel like more like I'm acknowledging something. So if what I'm saying is not resonating, this may not be the right reading for you. I almost feel, you could almost go to ground on this. But I mean, let's look at this card. Let's look at the detail. You have a black panther. Panthers move in the shadows. They see in the shadows. The owl sees through the dark. The hawk, the eagle, sees from above. And the bear hibernates and processes through meditation in order to find the answers. The bear enters the dream time. I do feel like I'm seeing like a medicine wheel here, almost. I wonder if you need to visit, almost like, so metaphorically, almost need to visit like the 4 directions of a medicine wheel to acquire the wisdom from each direction, north, east, south and west, from each direction in order to evaluate from all angles how best to move forward. You don't have to lose your passion or your desire or your direction. And that of course, direction, that's leading me to the medicine wheel again. When you enter a medicine wheel, so think about this. If you were to sit and get still and think about your predicament from all 4 directions. The south is a space of renewed innocence. It's the place of new beginnings. It's exciting, but it's where we have to overcome self-doubt. What is all that about for you? What doubts are in the way? How do you see yourself? Are you fearful of how people see you? Will they receive you well? In the north, we have the wisdom of the ancestors, those that have walked before us, your guides. There could also, with the ancestor energy, be family patterns at play in terms of whether or not, what are the family expectations and what patterns might you have inherited in terms of your perspective, and what guidance can your ancestors and guides bring you in terms of actually being able to express yourself. In the East, what's the higher vision? What's the future? What's the higher vision? Look at it from a bird's eye view. Step back. What is this amazing thing that you want to express and take forward? Look at it from the higher perspective. Perhaps then you will really understand its value. Perhaps you will then become, in a place of greater power rather than feeling a loss of power. And then move to the West, the point of the bear, and really navigate that space of, of inner reflection. Again, where there are mirrors and you look at yourself, and not to pick yourself to pieces, but to really reflect and understand, what is worthy of holding on to within your perspectives, and within that, from all of those other areas, the overview as well, the higher view, the opportunity for a new beginning, and then let go of everything that doesn't serve you and come out ready to start afresh. There's something about taking your time to review. Don't be impulsive. Don't dismiss something and walk away from it. Likewise, and assume it won't work, or be overloaded or overwhelmed and thinking you could never achieve this, versus the opposite, where you act impulsively too quickly. Like, ooh, I'm going with those. I am going with those. They've literally just sort of, almost like they're there. Let's do it. So we have Shah of Swords. This is the King of Swords showing up first in your reading pile 3, followed by the 10 of Swords. So this is the end of something. It's an ending and a beginning. We have the 2 of Coins. We have the 3 of Swords. Gosh, you've got a lot of swords, so there's a lot of mental energy going on here. Then you have the card of Judgment. Right, I think you might be picking yourself to pieces on this one. My lovely pile 3. I honestly do. I feel that you are picking yourself to pieces, going through all the what ifs. What if this goes wrong? What if that goes wrong? I can't see the way forward. I can't. There are no guarantees. That's the biggie here. There aren't any guarantees with the 2 of Swords as to, well, you don't have any guarantees certainly in your mind, as to what will be the outcome if you have a voice. Gosh, no wonder you're tangled in your thoughts. You're in that sort of unknown zone. And yet we have the card of Judgment with the scales of balance. And we have the 2 of Coins, which is also a card of balance. The Shah of Swords advises, look at this logically. I almost want to say, what have you got to lose? Look at it from a logical perspective. What have you got to lose? If you don't have a go, you'll never know. This is of course showing us what you think you have to lose, which is what if you're disappointed? What if you're rejected? What if you send off your proposal? Or you, I don't know, fire that arrow, that Cupid's arrow, and what if you get a refusal? No wonder you feel powerless, because this matters to you, and this is what's going on here. This matters to you, and I think you're fearful of rejection, and that's what's showing up. So I feel like if this isn't resonating with you, then I don't think it's the right reading for you. But beautiful souls, this is what I'm seeing in your reading. What I think I'm going to do, I mean, I sort of see this continued dilemma, but let's ask very specifically about anything that you can do during this week. I mean, I think your first message is you've got to get balanced. This is, in a way, it's like, what have you got to lose? And you're like, well, I've got everything to lose. I could be rejected. But you know what? At least you'd know. But this really matters to you. This really does matter to you. Forgive me if I'm sounding slightly jokey or flippant, because this matters. So please forgive that sort of tone of my voice. I don't mean it in a manner that was in any way disrespectful to you. I think my chuckle is because this just feels like it's the human pickle that we all get ourselves into from time to time. It's just what it means to be a wonderful feeling human being. So I get it. That's cool. Let's ask if there is anything you can do this week. I'm reminded of the serenity prayer. It's like, focus on what you can do rather than what you can't, and have the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, hence the 4 directions. I mean, that might be worthy of navigating your predicament through that lens. But your message is in many ways, what have you got to lose? But also perhaps journey around the medicine wheel and really think about it from all sides in order to work out how to express yourself. But let's ask for guidance about how you approach this in the coming week. So we have the Hanged Man, first of all, which is a card of, I would say, get still. Don't rush at this. I think you're too emotionally bound up in it. Get still, Son of Staffs. Yeah, get still, and I think you'll actually know how to move forwards. Just get still. You'll be shown the signs. It's like trust, surrender to possibility. And then I think either you will move this forwards or somebody else will. Okay, 8 of Swords and the Sultan. Either you're going to move this ahead and forwards, or somebody else is going to. With the Sultan, I think there's something that hasn't yet happened. You haven't seen it yet with the 8 of Swords. Something else will emerge in your story. Some other piece, something will come to light. We'll just draw another piece, another card. Could we ask what's coming to light? Okay. 10 of Staffs, which is a card of liberation in many ways. I mean, if we look at the highest vibration, this is a card that says free yourself from something. You're weighted, you're burdened. And the Son of Swords is the Knight of Swords. Right. I think your burden will be lifted. Something that is currently holding you back, leaving you feeling powerless. I think something will come to light or be lifted that will enable you to move forwards. Just wait. Pile 3, just wait. Don't rush with this at all. By all means, navigate the medicine wheel to think about how you express yourself. But actually, I think something's coming in that will alleviate some of the sort of the feeling, almost like, I mean, maybe someone will come in and help you to see it from perhaps a less emotional perspective and a more logical one. so you can actually find a way. You can sort of find your way to an end goal of somewhere, in some way, something that feels like a very daunting proposition, I think will move forwards. And the Sultan, the Emperor, is a card of absolute empowerment. So I actually feel that this week, something that you don't yet see will arrive. Quite possibly someone, could be one of those random circumstances. You know, when you have a random conversation, I have random conversations with people all the time, and then suddenly that random conversation can shift something. It could shift something for me, or it could shift something for the other person, sometimes for us both. But I actually do feel something quite sudden will change something so that you feel able to move forwards. It will change the way you feel about it, or it will put you in a position where you feel you can have a voice, you can move it forwards. I'll just ask about the Ten of Staffs. May I kindly have a clarifying card about the Ten of Staffs? Yeah, Daughter of Staffs. So this is the Page of Wands. Yeah, definitely. Something that you might even find you get that creative spark of genius, which the Page of Wands brings. That creative moment of genius, where it's like, that's how I can do it. That's how I can move it forwards. That's what I can do to shift this. That's what I need to do, or that's who I need to speak to. With two knights, the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Staffs, I think this week something will emerge that you don't yet know about that will enable you to feel that you can actually reach out, move this forwards, have a voice, take control. There's something of this situation for you where you can take control, whether you fire that Cupid's arrow, whatever it is, or you fire that arrow. Basically, you move forwards with direction. I don't know what that will be, but I think it will be, as I said, it could be that spark, that creative moment, that idea, that light bulb, but it changes everything. It changes your perspective. You see it from different sides. Yeah, I think this week we'll see a shift to a space of when you no longer feel as though you have no agency, to a point where you feel that you do. That is what I'm seeing for this week, my beautiful pile threes. Wow. So I feel like I want to take a sneaky peek into the future. I'll just draw a card for you. May I ask, what's the outcome of moving something forward? We're having two. We have the card of the Lovers and we have the Devil. Okay, whatever this partnership is, you will find, because this will help you to cut cords. The card of the Devil is both a card of absolute desire, but it's also a card of cutting cords to things that hold us back. And the card of the Lovers, well, it's a card of choice. It's also a card of connection, of relationships. So whatever this is for you, you will be able to free yourself, I think, of the inhibitions or the stuff of your mind that says it will never happen, or that you can't, or how do you express yourself. I think you will actually, something's going to come that's going to free you. At the very least, if your current situation involves having a voice, to be able to have a voice, and even more than that, to potentially take an action to move this forwards. You're certainly not going to be left feeling helpless by the end of this week, or that's what this looks like. Pile 3, this is awesome. I love seeing these shifts. Absolutely amazing. Pile 3, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here for these readings. I am so honoured to be connected with you all. Do check out my all zodiac sign readings that are uploaded now on my other channel. Do check out the extendeds if you wish to as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for those of you who are subscribed. It really helps the channel. And thank you so much. Don't forget to press the little bell icon if you're subscribing and you want to make sure you never miss a reading. I'm sending you all the love in the world. And thank you so much for commenting as well and sharing your stories. Tons of love.